Hello everybody, this is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. Y'all caught us today again, shelling English peas. We don't have much choice because we're in hyper mode right now with gardening.
It doesn't pay to be lazy if you're going to eat your own food because,
No.
you know, we've been busy. Since last Friday,
Yes.
we have canned almost every day and at least picked something.
We pick something every day.
Every day, pretty much. And what we've canned has been, let's see.
She made a list here of some things we
Because
can
I can't
this week,
remember.
we can't. It just gets hard to keep up with all you're doing when you're in hyper mode on a farm.
We've canned 24 pints of English peas, and we'll have probably, when we get through today, maybe 7 or 8 more
Probably
today.
7 or 8 more today, yeah.
30 pints of the fingerling potatoes, and I might have one more canner of those. The red potatoes I've been doing in quarts because we just have a lot of quart jars, and the quarts, let's see, I'm up to 20 quarts of red potatoes right now.
And probably got 20 more to go at least.
Yeah, at least. And green beans. We started with green beans this week. I put up 18 pints on Mother's Day at that, you know.
Yeah.
We went to church and we picked them, went to church, came back, and we canned 18 pints of green beans on Mother's Day. And we sold, I think 15 pounds.
So 15 pounds yesterday. As y'all saw in the video, if you watched our video, how we go about picking out certain beans for our customers, because we only can the culls for ourselves unless we don't have a sale for them. And I know some people's going to ask, well, why do you sell green beans and you don't sell the other stuff? It's because green beans is one of those things here on our homestead that
we have
we have an abundance of. And plus we can so many of them every year till it's one of those crops that we can sell some of. Now English peas, we made the mistake, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, we made the mistake of selling our English peas one year. And last year we had a crop failure, and now we're paying for it because we don't really have that many jars of English peas left. So this year we're not selling any of our English peas, even though people have asked for them. The answer is just no.
Yeah, and we forage every day. On top of that, we've been going through foraging.
We spend probably, what, an hour a day?
Pretty much.
An hour a day just going through the woods looking for food and berries and stuff like that.
And dewberries.
Dewberries.
And huckleberries is our big thing right now. And in one of the videos, I just had about a handful of huckleberries. Some days that's all I get, but a lot of people say, is it worth it? Well, it is, because huckleberries are rare.
Yeah.
Not everybody has huckleberries and can get them. And when you make the jelly, it is a rare jelly.
Yes.
You don't find it just anywhere. And I think when I bring them in, I separate my huckleberries, my dewberries, my mulberries, and I put them in different Ziploc bags. And I might not have this much in a bag from the day. But tomorrow when I come in, I add that. Now I'm up to probably close to 15 quarts of mulberries, dewberries, and huckleberries.
Huckleberries, yeah.
So that makes a good bit of jelly. And so yes, it is worth it to spend a little time and collect those berries.
Just collect them. I mean, a lot of people think you have to pick a lot at one time, but the truth of the matter is, if you just pick a handful and you're consistent with it day after day after day, then your reward at the end will be worth it, because then you'll have plenty to make jelly out of. And like I said, a little bit at a time doesn't seem like much, but it ends up being a lot if you just keep being consistent with it. And plus it helps us to remain sustainable here on our homestead.
Yes, because we've had in the past people buy our jellies, and so that helps us. Even though Danny and I have a abundance of different varieties of jellies. There's not many jellies we don't have.
Yeah.
So we do like to have the berries that we don't have to pay for.
Oh yeah, we're not going to pay for something. That's just the bottom line. I mean, that's part of our journey here on this homestead is, you know, a lot of people say, well, why would you go forage for stuff? Why not just plant it? And well, we do have a lot of stuff planted, but not all of it bears. And plus, we're really about learning how to go out into the woods and find food in the event of a life-changing event takes place. This is part of our journey here on our homestead, is we're doing permaculture. In the wintertime, I go around, well in the summertime first, I go around in the woods and I mark the young huckleberry trees that I want to dig up. And in the wintertime, I go back and dig these trees up and I bring them up here and plant them up underneath the oak trees in our yard here. And now, and down beside our sidewalks and stuff like that. And now, here around our house, we have got a huge number of huckleberry trees coming up right around here in our yard as part of our permaculture edible landscape.
And I probably picked in the yard alone maybe close to 2 quarts just in the landscape in the yard.
Yeah.
This year, a good many of my berries have come from our landscape, which is awesome because in the next couple of years I shouldn't have to go to the woods that much. I can just in my front yard.
That's our whole journey, and our whole plan is to make our yard a edible landscape so that we don't have to go into the woods. We can stay right here in the yard and we can pick what we need right here. And because y'all have to understand, we're at a point right now, we're almost in a panic mode about our filming system, because our computers have gotten very, very old, and my computer is completely, I can't even upload anything onto it anymore because it's done got down to where I can't, and we're left here with just
mine.
With just her computer now. We're just kind of panicking that that something's going to happen to her computer, and it's now starting to say that it's starting to crash. It keeps throwing up these messages that it's trying to crash, and just to be honest with you, if that happens, I don't know when y'all will see us again, because
we'll have to get a computer.
We'll have to get a computer somehow or other, and we don't really have an income here on the farm at this moment, so it could take us quite a while just to be able to come up with a computer again, because we don't believe in going in debt. We like to pay for whatever we do,
and we have we do have the hard drive, and I've got some of the things saved, and things would be on the camera. It's just that losing the computer would be tough right now.
Would be tough right now. I mean, we would still make videos because we have the camera, and we just have to put them on SD cards, but the problem would be that we wouldn't be able to get to y'all. And
until we can
that's
figure
something
that out.
That's weighing heavy on our minds right now, is how we're going to come up with a new computer to be able to kind of guarantee us that we can keep this system going right now. So,
and we're working on the cookbook. That should
we're working on a cookbook right now. But
cookbook got put on the back burner, but I do have 100 out of 150 recipes. I've got 100 done.
Yeah.
So all I like is 50, and I was hoping to have that done this weekend, but things have kind of hit us heavy.
We're collabing with several different people right now on different things, and I guess that's kind of why we're in the panic mode, is if our computer goes out, we're just screwed. We've got so many things planned, and we're sitting here, like the cookbook, for instance. If a computer goes out, the cookbook just ceases to exist until we can get a computer. And because Wanda's having to spend so much time on a computer doing that cookbook through that company, and if it goes on down, we're just in trouble. I hate to say that, but I mean, it's honest to God truth. You know?
That frog's determined.
Well, that frog, he's just hollering because the humidity's so high. He's wanting rain this morning.
Well,
we want rain.
I'll holler if it gives rain.
Because we're actually, to believe it or not, we are in a drought here already. Even though a few weeks ago it rained, like
2 weeks ago.
A week ago, we got a 6-inch rainfall almost. But the problem is, it came down so hard and so heavy that it just ran off, and it packed the ground when it did. So now, because we've had a whole week of high wind and scorching hot sun in the mid-80s, our ground is just like powder, like you saw in my video with the green beans. I was just scraping my finger and there's just dust in the ground. There is no moisture right now at all. It's supposed to rain today, so maybe that's why the frogs are hollering. Maybe they know.
And we did get planted. We had a sub send us some jungle peanuts and some sunflower seeds.
And sunflower seeds.
Two things we did plant this week to see how they're going to do here in the south.
Yep.
So we will be updating you as, you know, when they come up and how they grow here.
We do have the tree collards up. The only thing we don't know anything about is the tree collards. This is our first time to ever know to do them. We planted them, and maybe some of y'all could put in the link down below.
The comments.
The comment on tree collards. We planted them. They leafed out, but as soon as they leafed out, they've gone to seed.
And they're little leaves. They're not big leaves.
They're not big leaves. They're little tiny leaves, and they've already made seed stalks sticking up on them. So we don't know if we should cut the seed stalks off or what we're supposed to do, because we've never grown tree collards. If there's any of y'all out there that's knowledgeable in that area,
please let us know.
Please put a comment down below and let us know. Should we cut the seed stalks off, or should we leave them, or what should we do? Because it could be the fact that it's just so hot here already. They may have just went to seed early. I don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know much about them. And we're wanting to get those started if they will.
Yeah, if they'll grow here, I want to get them started.
And on top of all that, I have been trying to read, but my books are just getting thrown to the side.
Yeah.
I haven't picked this book up much, but for the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to read on Lights Out, because everybody's talking about what an awesome book it is. I read 1 Second After, and I love 1 Second After.
Yes.
Because it's kind of fiction, and I can get into it. Lights Out is a good book, but it's very, very in-depth. Ted Koppel really goes into some of the intricate details of how power works and things like that. And he interviews these people in the power industry, and then he interviews people in different government settings, or they've gotten out of different government settings. And so it's really a good book. It's just very in-depth. So if you want to read something that will it's a very good eye-opener, because if you don't understand power, this will tell you why we are so dependent on it and what could happen if it does. I mean, any little thing could happen with the power.
Well,
he goes into that.
It is a good book, and it is a good point, because in the construction business, all the homes that I built predominantly, with the exception of just the rural ones that was off, I did do some off-grid ones. Every home in the south, and I don't know about the north because I only built restaurants in the north, is 100% reliant on power, because down here they're called energy efficient homes. And I'm going to be honest with you, if something happens to the power system, the people here will suffer, because they have
They're all electric.
They're all electric. Everything in the house is completely electric. The power companies have it set up to where they give you a rebate if you go all electric, and that makes it really, really appealing. Plus, when you have your underground service put in, if you go all electric, it's free, up to 150 feet from the pole, which a lot of people like. And if you put in a 15 SEER heat pump, you get a rebate from that.
Plus, some of it you get on your taxes, right? Don't you?
Yeah, you get all these things on your.
You
get tax breaks and stuff like that if you put these certain things in. And so it's left a lot of our people here now 100% dependent upon the power companies, and that's not a good thing.
And with our humidity, everybody is used to power.
Everybody's used to power.
They love the AC.
People's ACs are just sitting here steady Cadillac, and luckily Wanda and I, because of the design of our homestead and the way that we have the trees positioned around our home, we haven't had to turn the AC on yet, and hopefully we won't for quite some time.
With the warm weather like it is, a lot of people, the winter, have been using their AC all winter.
Yeah, they ran their AC down here most of the winter.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of you up north don't even have AC, but here
Right.
it's almost a mandatory thing for most people.
So most people can't even, they can't function down here if they don't have their air conditioning. They just can't take it. And like I said, luckily Wanda and I so far haven't had to turn ours on. We really will fight it all the way till the end.
It's getting there though.
It's getting there. Today's one of them days where you almost want to turn it on because
Yesterday was one of the days.
the house is probably 20 degrees warmer than it is outside. Just simply because my home is one of them homes that's built so tight that
Energy efficient.
it's in one of those energy efficient homes. But we've gradually had to amend things into our homestead here. Like, I had a fireplace, but they're not economical to use. So we end up installing a wood heater. We had to go and take some of the big picture windows out that we had and close up some of the walls on the outside of the house and put in screen doors. And there's just lots of things that we've had to do. Put trees in certain places where they can grow up and shade the house so that the sun only hits it during the middle of the day. And like, we've got a porch all the way around the whole front side of our home here. So I mean, there's lots of things that we've been able to do here to help with the power issues. In the event that there is a life-changing event takes place and there is no electricity, at least Wanda and I can remain somewhat in a shade somewhere and stay cool. I don't know, we scratching here, these cotton picking no-see-ums is about to eat us up.
I know. And I did use Skin So Soft this morning, but it ain't working right now.
But anyway, I don't want to rant on. I know it's been long enough. But these are just some of the thoughts that was on our mind and while we were sitting here shelling, trying to get these ready to go in the canner. Okay, the camera's saying the battery's fixing to run out on us, so thank y'all from Deep South Homestead. I guess we'll see y'all later.
Thank you.